Welcome to Darlington Raceway, site of tonight's Sidecar Sunday Gen 6 Cup Series race. Week number 2 of the chase, week 28 of the season. We got you 10 cars out here for this Too Tough Tame track, the Lady in Black 200. Darlington, South Carolina. One of the tracks I've actually been to. Casey Graves goes to the top of the charts in the Tide Pods cars we're watching about on track. Waiting for the second efforts to come in from Lucas Hoisma, Hayden Lowell, and Casey Graves. Lucas is second lap quicker, but does not beat Graves. Hayden off turn number 4 on his second effort. A 28.352. That goes to the top of the charts in the Napa Chevrolet. Relegates Graves to second, and Hoisma of the Lucas Variety to third. Out on track now, Travis Scripture, the number 18 P1 Racing Toyota. Keep tabs on this number 18 machine. Right up against the fence in 1 and 2. Down the back stretch. Sun going right into the driver's face coming through turn number 3. A little bit of a headache for the drivers. He's going to get right up by the wall, but does not rush it. And that'll be a successful lap put in. 28.532 puts him in 4th. Need to pick up a 10th to challenge Lucas Hoisma for 3rd. Jeremy Scherer starting to roll out on track. 2 minutes to go in qualifying. Travis Scripture pulls it off on the backstretch. So he's going to do a one and done 4th place starting position for him at the moment. Jeremy Scherer going out onto the track to try and challenge that in the 15 machine. Scripture says he walled it. I missed that. That is why he bailed on the backstretch. That will invalidate your lap and make it pointless. Unless you want a little more practice. Matt Benke starting to roll in the 35 machine as Jeremy Scherer puts in his first lap. 28.87. Clocks in the 5th position. Into turn number 3, down onto the apron by about 1.5 feet. Out of turn number 4 goes the Miller Lite Ford. Second lap about a half a tenth slower, so he will stay 5th, and we'll switch our attention to the Amtrak Chevrolet of Matt Benke on his first timed lap as he goes down the Boeing backstretch. Won't you know it, between the Boeing backstretch and the Amtrak car, race car, we have planes, trains, and automobiles all at one time. Beautiful. 29.096 for Matt Benke clocks him into the 6th position. I don't think he's going to have enough time to make it back around, but you never know. Oh, the back end's coming around. He saved it. That's going to kill all speed he had in that 35. He will, in fact, not make it back around to the start finish line, so he will clock in the 6th spot. Not qualifying Dave Hoisma, Daniel Lawala, Nick Cooper, and Ethan Evers. 10 cars here for the Gen 6 Cup Series race at Darlington Raceway, Sidecar Sunday. The chase is on. Cliff Mullins, unable to attend tonight, has taken a provisional, as has the 25 of Carl Rotman. Those two drivers not able to get to their race cars this weekend, so they are taking provisionals. They'll be okay in the points. Drivers getting out on track. Hayden Lowell, your pole sitter in the 56. We'll see if he's hanging around and wants to chit-chat. He is indeed in the low drag channel, and I'm going to drag him up here. Hayden, DG, you got a copy?
I got you, Swiss.
Well, we're on pole here for Darlington, starting alongside Casey Graves. How did you get that lap down?
Really just put together a solid and smooth lap, and kind of went into turn 3 guessing where I'm supposed to go because you can't fucking see down there right now, and got it right, made it sick, and got to the start finish line.
I heard you were a big fan of races where you go through the golden hour, so I'm trying to do my best for you here.
Well, see, that's the good news is I do like races that go through the golden hour. However, Casey, Lucas, and I have all discovered time progression is set to 0, so we'll be seeing this a lot tonight. But
Oh no.
if we're gonna be stuck at one time, I actually really like it right here in like the middle of kind of everything. So it'll be fun.
Well, good luck out there, and just so you know, Ethan is at a dingy bar with warm beer and undercooked food, but the Niners won.
You know what? If the Niners, I picked the Niners to win and cover, so I'm happy for that too.
Perfect. What are we looking forward to here at Darlington in 74 laps?
Gonna be kind of interesting to see if we can make it on one stop. It's kind of right there on the number, and it's gonna be real interesting. So,
you gonna try to stretch it and go for it, or you gonna push?
well, a 2-stop didn't work for me at Richmond, so we'll see how it works here.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
I promise I'll put you back on your channel.
I-
All right, he's back at the show. Field gets rolling here at Darlington Raceway. 10-car field for you. Darlington, South Carolina. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. Not with that camera, though. That one's, yeah, that's not good either. Let's try maybe that one. Nope, that's terrible. That one. Hayden Lowell is your pole sitter in the Napa 56 Chevrolet. And Casey Graves in the Matt Kenseth Tide Pods machine will be starting alongside him in second. Lucas Hoytsma, Kevin Harvick Busch Beer throwback starts in the third spot. Travis Scripture, the P1 Racing Toyota, starts in fourth. Jeremy Scherer has the Miller Lite Ford Mustang starting in the fifth spot. Matt Benke has his Amtrak Chevy Camaro starting in sixth. Nick Cooper, Ford Performance Mustang, starts in the seventh spot. Ethan Evers in the Ever Fever Podcast Chevrolet starts in the eighth spot. Daniel Llewellyn, 712 Brake Chevrolet, starts in ninth. And rounding out the field, Dave Hoytsma in this very patriotic 712 Brakes Ford Mustang, starting in 10th. Hayden going through the old backstretch pits they used to use here at Darlington, no longer, as they extended the pit lane, squished the pit boxes, and got all 40 cars on the front stretch now. Pace car makes that hard left turn onto the pit lane, and we are waiting for Barney to wave a green flag here so we can get going. 74 laps for you. And there it is, green flag in the air. A little bit of wheel spin on these high horsepower, low downforce race cars, but everyone keeps it going in the proper direction, thankfully. Oh my goodness, we got two of them sideways. Jeremy Scherer, big slide in the 15, hangs onto it, dropping down the running order, but does not have a crashed car, so that's good. Lucas is already up to second, and he is tracking down Hayden Lowell in the 56. Casey Graves is there. Travis Scripture, Nick Cooper, Ethan Evers, Matt Benke, then Dave Hoytsma, Daniel Llewellyn, and Jeremy Scherer. Your 10-car field at the end of lap number 1. Only 73 more of those to go. And look at Lucas Hoytsma. He loves this place. And he is closed right to the ass of that 56 Napa Auto Parts Chevy. C2X versus Lucas Hoytsma Motorsports, with another LHM car right behind in third. Casey Graves, of course, racing for LHM this season. Ian with the sub, getting yourself a prime wheel spin. Should we do that during the middle of the race? That'd be wild. I don't think anybody appreciate that. Remind me, Ethan, to give you a wheel spin at the end of the race, please and thank you. We owe Ian a wheel spin with the sub. Appreciate you, my friends. 25 months in a row. I feel like it's been longer than that. Lucas Hoytsma going for the race lead. Hayden Lowell's in the wall. Lucas will clear to the lead. Hayden bouncing it off the fence. Hangs on to second over Casey Graves. I think Casey lifted a little bit as he saw Hayden struggling. Did not want to get involved on lap number 3. See if there's any damage to the side of the 56. Looks like maybe just a little paint scrape. Car looks in good shape. Hasn't been deformed. Just knocked some paint off the side of the car. Gets a Darlington stripe on lap number 4. Lucas Hoytsma, your race leader over Hayden Lowell, Casey Graves, Travis Scripture, and Nick Cooper rounding out your top 5. Ethan Evers started from the bottom. Now he's here in 6th place. Matt Benke in 7th. Dave Hoytsma, patriotic in 8th. And Daniel Llewellyn and Jeremy Scherer switch the 9th position. Scherer moves up to 9th in the Miller Lite machine. And this is kind of what we're used to seeing at Darlington. Lucas Hoytsma setting sail. Already has 6/10 over Hayden Lowell. One of those tracks where Lucas is just so damn good. battle for second. Hayden Law tries to hold off the 0-1 of Casey Graves. Graves looking for a way by. He does seem to be a little bit faster, or at least wanting to go a little bit faster. Daniel Llewellyn has taken the 32 car to the pit lane here on lap number 6. Way too early for a scheduled stop. Dave Hoist by Matt Benke just traded the 7th spot. Dave moving up to 7th. Daniel may already be saying, fuck this. Lucas 7/10 now over Hayden Law. That lead continuing to grow as we go on board the 01 Tide Pods machine. Go for a few laps on board. Riding with the 01 of Casey Graves. There's the start finish line. Going down into turn number 1. Kind of want to enter low, ride right up to the wall, then kind of lift and drop back down on the exit of 2. Keep it out of the wall, keep the tires from spinning. Breaking that traction. He's going to enter a little higher. Try to get some air on the nose entering 3. I'm sure he'll cut it back down on the exit here a little bit. Not as much as I thought he would. Gets a good run though up onto Hayden's back bumper. Keeping some air on the nose seems to be what he's trying to do. See him get a little tight when he got completely behind Hayden. Back down into turn number 3 we go. He's going to enter a lane higher. Rides it there pretty much all the way around. Even enters higher in 1 as well. Lets Hayden cross his nose. Gets air on the left side corner. Drops it down the exit. Look at that sunlight coming out of 2. At least the tower is kind of tall. Blocks it for the most part down the backstretch. But right when you come out of 2, you get a face full of sun for a moment. That has to be a little distracting. Take one more look at it coming off of turn number 2. Let's go up by the wall and it's about to blind us. Right here coming up at 2, the wall's coming up on you, and at the same time you're dealing with the sun right in your face for that brief moment. That is quite the challenge these guys are having to contend with. That, by the way, the closest battle on track, Casey Graves and Hayden Law, the 01 and 56 machines. Not too far behind Travis Scripture and then Nick Cooper. And almost a second to Ethan Evers, and then 2.5 seconds back to Dave Hoitzman in 7th. He's got a second over Scherer, who's got a second over Banky, and then Daniel Llewellyn sitting on the pit lane since lap number 5. We'll see if he comes back out to make some laps later. Lucas the Tire Whisperer. He's not just the Tire Whisperer, he is good at that, but this track, he just has such a smooth line. You can go on board and watch it and see what I'm talking about. And you hear very, very little tire slide. He's just so freaking smooth. You hear the throttle, he doesn't just immediately lift all the way out. He's like eases out of it, eases back onto it. No like sudden input or anything. Down to the bottom, ride it up to the wall. As you heard on board Casey Graves, we were hearing a lot of tire squeal. Here it's a lot less, which means he is not abusing those Goodyears as much. 60 laps to go here in Darlington, South Carolina. I never did figure out the halfway lap before we started. We can do that now though. It's 37, lap 37. Lap 37. There we go, halfway, 37. 23 to go, halfway. Lucas now has nearly 2-second lead over Hayden Law, and you can switch over and just listen to the difference. Hayden also running very low through 3 and 4, and does not diamond it the way Lucas does. This one cost him a little right front tire on corner exit if he keeps that up. Right down by the apron, then all the way up to the wall, back down to the apron, and that is the traditional diamond line. The C gets a little out of shape coming out of 2. Hopefully he didn't do that because he knew we were watching. See, he keeps it all the way down to the bottom, all the way around 3 and 4. A little different than our race leader. Jump back on Lucas so you can see the difference. Of course, this is the 1 and 2 end. They're running similar here. Low, high, low. A little bit of sun blinding you right there. Now watch the difference in 3 and 4. It's down to the bottom. Drifts it up about a lane. Drops it back down on exit. It's not as exaggerated as 1 and 2, but he does diamond 3 and 4. Field's starting to open up a little bit. Woo, look at that sun. Yeah, Hayden keeping it right around that bottom lane. Let's see what Casey's doing. He's up a lane. He even exits up that lane. He doesn't cut it back down. Nick Cooper is closing in, trying to take that 3rd spot away from Casey Graves. These two race together quite a lot. Dave Hoyts was gone to the pit lane in the 79, and he has appeared to retire the car. And then it reappears back in the 6th spot. May have had a brief connection issues. We got an opportunity for a pass here. Nick Cooper to the inside of Casey Graves. He will super around the inside of the side ride. Nick Cooper in the Ford Performance Mustang takes over the 3rd spot. Check in on share, and there is Daddy Dave. Dave's taking it to the pit lane. Looks like he's got some left front damage. I wonder if that happened during his little blip there. Catches the outside wall just a little, then it kind of darts to the inside. Hits it pretty solid. He did not get a meatball, but he is on the pit lane. Nick Cooper pulling away from Casey Graves. Making a little ground up on Hayden. We'll keep an eye on that gap, 2nd to 3rd. Where it really matters is on corner exit, and on the exit, Hayden's beating him. Back to Hayden's car and look back. Here's your gap, 0.8 between the two. Here Hayden spinning those rear tires. Trying to get that traction on the backstretch coming out of 2. Rear tires lighten up. This track is brutal on tire wear. You hear some guys trying to make it on one stop potentially as it's right on the cusp. And they're going to be screaming for tires. If anyone does pit, we'd imagine it'd be right after lap 37. Once everyone's gone across the line and gotten their points for halfway. Hayden stretching that distance out 2nd to 3rd. Pushing that back open. Field's gotten spread out, so it looks like it could be difficult to get a caution here in this race. Closing in on the 1/3 mark. Relatively short race here in Darlington tonight. That gap just not closing down. Lap number 25. Lucas comfortably in control. Holding about a 2-second edge on Hayden. Kind of maintaining it. Not really stretching it or losing it. Just chilling there. Nick Cooper 1 second behind Hayden. For a while was gaining. Now he's kind of just stabilized at that 9/10 to 1 second gap. Casey Graves running in the 4th spot, the Tide ride. Casey currently 1.5 seconds behind Nick Cooper, after losing the 3rd spot to him not too long ago. Travis Scripture runs in the top 5. P1 Racing Toyota currently in 5th. Mr. Podcast, Ethan Evers, up against the fence, getting himself a Darlington stripe as he goes through the corner. No harm, no foul. Didn't hit it that hard. Dave Hoisma, by the way, did take the fast repair and return to the racetrack, so Patty Dave back out there. Currently in the 9th position, 1 lap down. If he were to get a caution, he would go back on the lead lap with the lucky dog. Matt Behnke running 8th, 17 seconds behind our leader, 1.5 behind Jeremy Shearer. Shearer running, of course, in the 7th position. Shearer's 2.5 back behind Mr. Podcast, Ethan Evers, and there's Ethan in the Gearheads Racing Ever Fever Podcast Chevrolet Camaro. Nick Cooper staying around 1 second behind Hayden Law. We're going to go ahead and pull in Mr. Ethan Evers and have a chat with him. Ethan, DG, get a copy?
Yo.
How many times have you driven this car track combination?
First time.
I was kind of guessing that. How do you like it so far?
I thought I was going to tighten up, and it seems like it never does.
Well, it'll be loose when you don't want it to, and then tight when you don't want it to. That's just kind of how it goes at Darlington.
Well, I hate it.
It's a very difficult track, no lie. I'm impressed with you so far. Running 6th since this is your very first time running this combination. Congrats on that. You're almost to halfway. You know, going by pretty quick.
Yeah, now I'm just hungry. I'm thinking about food.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Badger made me some spaghetti and meatballs.
I was thinking ordering some Papa John's or something.
There you go. Still in the Italian branch of the world.
You know, still kicking it.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
I'm basic. I'm a pepperoni guy.
Just a regular old pepperoni. All right. Well, that's good information to have. Let's get a lot of pizza talk on the next podcast. How about it?
All right. I'm down.
Perfect. Do it. All right, man. We're going to ask every driver now what their favorite pizza is before the end of this race. All right, man. Good luck out there.
Appreciate it.
Ethan out there in that 6th spot. I don't want to ask any guys that are close to battles. Nick Cooper's actually starting to run down Hayden a little bit. Gaps dropped down a few tenths, so I'm not going to interrupt them. But I am going to go ask Lucas. Mr. Lucas Hoyts with DG. Got a copy?
Yep.
All right, we're coming up on halfway here. I've seen you dominate so many races on this racetrack. One of your favorite tracks and one of your best tracks statistically. How much fun do you have when you get to run these high horsepower, low downforce cars around Darlington?
Oh, I mean, it's the best combo. I mean, when you have to, you basically can't full throttle off either corner in it. There, I just tried to.
Woo!
You can't do it still. And yeah, it's a lot of fun in these cars. And man, I'll tell you what, Nick Cooper's got a lot of speed at the end of this run right now.
Yes, he do. He is catching up to Hayden in pretty quick order, but I have to ask a really, really important question, and the fate of the world depends on your answer. Are you ready?
Okay, yep, go shoot.
What is your favorite kind of pizza?
Oh man, it's not crazy. It's just normal, like thin crust pepperoni. I mean, that's what does it for me.
You and Ethan are both just standard pepperoni guys. I'm a little disappointed. All
Sorry,
right.
It's not like pineapple on pizza or something.
No spicy takes here. That's good. You know, make everyone not hate you, or half the world anyway.
Go talk to Hayden. I think he'll have a funky answer.
Oh boy, yeah. We're gonna get to all 9 of you still running, and if Daniel was to come back, I'd ask him too. But you know, we'll ask as many guys as we can. Coming up on halfway here, are we gonna try and make it a 1 stop, or are we 2 stop? Or I mean, trying to go the whole way. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, the fuel's, I think I got about 15 left in the tank, so it's definitely a 1 stop, but it's going to depend on who's short pits or not, because I think a short pit's going to be pretty strong.
Absolutely, especially at Darlington. All right, man. Good luck to you out there.
Thank you.
Lucas Hoisma currently leading by 1.6 seconds over Hayden Law. And then Nick Cooper closing in on Hayden. That's why we didn't bring them into chat. We'll get them a little later. They're right now locked up in a battle with a couple laps to go before the points go out at halfway. We're just going to ride on board with Nick Cooper. Let's see what the difference is in their lines. Look pretty similar into one. Right up against the wall through the center, back down to the late apex of 2, right into the sun. Looking to fight that car off the corner, man. Absolutely giving it his all with the 2 laps to go here until points go out at halfway. The proverbial white flag on the first half of the race. Don't actually display a white flag for that, but penultimate lap of the first half of the race. Oh, Hayden, big wiggle coming out of turn number 2, but Nick Cooper not quite able to capitalize on that. Thought we might have a little battle back to the line, but Lucas Heusma going to come around and get your halfway win. There are his 10 points, 9 for Hayden Lowell, 8 for Nick Cooper. Casey Graves will come across and pick up 7 points. Travis Scripture grab himself 6. Ethan Evers will get 5 when he makes it back to the start-finish line. It'll be 4 for Matt Benke, 3 for Dave Heusma, and 2 for Jeremy Scher, 1 for Daniel Llewellyn. That is how they shake up at halfway, and we got a pitter. It is Hayden Lowell, the Napa car. As soon as he made it to halfway, heads to the pit lane. Here Lucas say the undercut's going to be very strong. We'll see how Hayden can manage coming out of the pit lane. How long do Lucas Heusma and Nick Cooper wait? The longer they stay out, the more advantage it is for Hayden Lowell early in the run, but it'll come back at the end of the run. We've completed halfway in the Lady in Black 200. Matt Benke out there getting by Hayden. Hayden still stationary in his box. Been there for 8 seconds so far. Casey Graves in the 01 decided he didn't want to get left in the dust. Has come to the pit lane as well. Ethan Evers down there in the 8 machine getting to his box. Difficult pit lane to get on green flag conditions. Easy to spin. Easy to miss the commitment cone. Lots of ways you can mess it up. Check where Hayden has come out in the 7th spot. Benke up to 4th as he hasn't pit yet. Top 4 cars not been to the pit lane. When do Lucas Heusma and Nick Cooper decide it is time? Travis Scripture says the time is now. 18 car peels off the banking and onto the pit lane for the P1 Racing Toyota. Benke stays out. He'll move up to the 3rd spot. Lucas going to stay out another lap. How about Nick? He's going to stay out another lap. So the undercut is going to be very strong for Hayden. Dave Heusma just ahead of him in position, but Dave had to pit about 20 laps ago. So his tires will be pretty worn, and Hayden closing up on the back of him. As Travis Scripture tumbles down the order. Check in on Lucas. Staying out another lap. Nick staying out another lap. Matt, we'll find out in a little bit. Matt currently 26 seconds behind the leader. I think he's just open for a caution. See if he can snag one. To check back on this, Hayden has already made his way past Dave. Take a quick look to see how that went. Down the back stretch, Hayden to the inside. Had the good run off turn number 2 and was able to clear Dave before really getting into 3. Hayden Lowell takes control of the 4th spot. Highest running car to have made a stop so far. You've got Heusma, Cooper, and Benke still to pit. Ethan Evers may have picked up a pit penalty. 54 seconds on his pit stop, which is usually a 40-second hold plus a 14-second tire stop, which relegated him to 9th. Nick Cooper up the hill, letting Jeremy Scher get by. Scher has made a pit stop. Nick Cooper has not, so that is the difference in the tires there. Lucas Heusma just lapped Matt Benke. Benke still hasn't pit. That is rough. 45 laps and counting for Lucas Heusma and Nick Cooper. Imagine Matt will stay out there as long as he's the lucky dog, just hoping you can help him steal a good finish. Lucas up the hill, right up by the fence. Then we'll cut it back down on exit. Scherer will follow. Back onto the Boeing backstretch. Scherer and his Ford are going to look to the inside of Lucas. Lucas gets the wall a little bit, but it's just a little Darlington stripe. Nothing to worry about. Everybody tags it at least once, I think. Here comes the 18 Travis Scripture to go from 2 down to 1 down. And Nick Cooper in the 12 decided it was time to bring his Mustang to pit lane. Lap 47. The number 12 Ford Performance Mustang coming down the very slow pit lane for tires and fuel. And, well, I think he's coming. Yeah, he's coming. 1 lap later, race leader Lucas Oisma decided it was time for him as well. Brings that 712 brakes Kevin Harvick throwback to the pit lane. He won earlier at this track with this paint scheme. Went so well, he decided to bring it back again. Matt Benke staying out there. Really hoping for that lucky caution. Should cycle things around to Hayden Law once Matt Benke has to pit. Hayden has about 7 seconds over Casey Graves. Graves really not that different on tire strategy from Hayden, a 1 lap difference. It's Hayden going around Matt Benke. And Hayden takes over the 2nd spot. And they'll pass Lucas on the pit lane there. And now Hayden Lowell is your race leader. Matt Benke currently in 2nd. Matt still needs to make his pit stop. Everyone else has completed their stop. Nick Cooper falls all the way down to 8th. Just by running so long on the older tire. Scherer and Scripture trading positions there. Like Lucas and Dave traded a track position as well. They're not, well, they were battling for position, but Daddy Dave coming to the pit lane decided it's time for another set of tires with 26 to go. Dave, of course, had to pit earlier with some crash damage. Took him out of a good finish. Unfortunately for him, he'll tumble back down the order. So Hayden has 5 seconds over Matt Benke and 7 seconds over Casey Graves. Graves has 3.5 seconds over Lucas, and Matt Benke getting passed by Casey Graves as Benke finally hits the pit lane 50 laps into the race. The Amtrak car comes down for service. You'll see Daddy Dave already down there in the 79 machine, and Hayden Lowell is your race leader over Casey Graves by 7 seconds. Casey has 1 lap fresher tires. Then Lucas 9.7 back and closing in the number 4 car. Can he run down Hayden and Casey? Casey's 2.3 seconds away. He will most likely catch Casey. Hayden's gonna be tough. He's well on out there. Like 4 tires and fuel for the Amtrak car as he heads back out onto the racing surface. There is the 35 car rejoining. Scripture running 4th. Jeremy Scherer in the top 5. See, just ahead of him, Nick Cooper. Cooper had a black flag. Told you how tricky it can be to get on the pit lane here. Nick Cooper unfortunately falling victim. 12 car had a 40-second hold on top of his 14-second tire stop. To the inside of Travis Scripture he goes. This is not for position, unfortunately, for Nick Cooper. Next car Cooper can catch is that guy just behind him, Jeremy Scherer. So Nick Cooper has a long way to go to catch that Scherer machine, the 10 tenths racing machine. Lucas Hoysma is flying. He's caught Casey Graves already. It was over 2 seconds and just boom, caught right up to the 01 car. Lucas clears Casey Graves and retakes the 2nd spot. And now the gap is 6.8. I don't know why is it 2. 6.8. 6.7, 6.6, 6.5 is dropping quickly. Lucas is catching him full show. Does he have enough time though? The way that thing is dropping, I think he's going to get there in time. See if he can maintain this pace. But last time around, he gained 0.6. That's an insane amount. He'd be there in 10 laps. It's already 1.3 seconds over Casey Graves. Travis Scripture running in the 4th spot. Jeremy Scherer in 5th. And Nick Cooper is 6th. Matt Benke 7th. Ethan Evers in 8th. Ethan and Nick Cooper both unfortunately picking up pit penalties, running 6th and 8th right now. Hayden is your leader. 4.7 the gap. It's dwindling so fast. Can't see him in the corner. There you can see him just now exiting turn number 2 as Hayden's about to dip into 3. So almost the entire length of the Boeing backstretch between these two drivers. It is down under 4 seconds and dropping. Well, we promised to go through favorite pizzas, so let's try not to wreck anybody while we ask about favorite pizzas. Hi, Hayden.
He's gonna catch me.
I know, he's catching you fast, but that's not what I was going to ask. We're asking everybody, what's your favorite pizza?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the pizza around here is kind of gone to shit recently, but that's a good question. There's a place around here called the Isles. Actually, now that I think about it, they have what's called a Leaning Tower of Pizza, and it's not quite as supreme, but it's kind of close, and that's really good.
All right, we're putting you down for a Supreme.
Good enough.
All right, man. Good luck out there.
This thing's gonna be wide.
He's already told us he's going to make that Napa Chevrolet extremely wide and try to hold off the field. We've already asked Lucas, so Casey is the next one to ask. Hey, Casey, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, buddy. Asking everybody, what's your favorite pizza?
I mean, I like a good pepperoni.
Man, you're the third guy to just say a pepperoni.
Yeah, I mean, that's my go-to.
Fair enough.
Either that or just straight cheese.
Wow, you're the first one to say that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, if it's a good New York cheese slice.
Fair enough. That is banging. I'll give you that. All right, bud. Good luck.
Everybody knows the rules, so.
Absolutely. All right, man. Good luck out there. Casey Graves currently in the 3rd spot. Let's see if we can track down old Script. I don't know if he's hanging out in chat or not. Don't see Travis. Jeremy. Don't see Jeremy Sure. Unfortunate. Nick. All right, Nick's the next one. Oh, Nick's taking the car to the pit lane. Well, now that we're retiring the car, I have to ask you, what's your favorite pizza? He didn't want to tell us. Oh, the battle for the lead. Hayden trying to make it wide. Lucas trying to get to the inside. We looked away for about 3 seconds, and man, Lucas made up that 1.8 second gap so fast. It's going to be hard for Hayden to hold him off for 13 laps. Lucas can really just be patient here and kind of wait for Hayden to make a mistake and overdrive the car. He's got such a tire advantage. 9 laps at Darlington is a massive, massive amount of tire. Oh, Hayden tried to come down. Lucas's nose was there, and Hayden spins himself across the nose of Lucas Hoytsma. Low down on the apron. I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution unless he gets it back up towards the track. Wild cars are coming. And there it is. First caution of the race as Hayden Lowell goes off the nose of Lucas Hoytsma. Hayden looked like he was trying to crowd Lucas, and unfortunately Lucas held his ground and Hayden goes around. So there you go. Hayden Lowell down to the 3rd spot. After contact while battling for the race lead. Let's go back and take another look at it from the far chase. Usually get a pretty good idea from those. Here they are coming off the corner. Lucas has his nose down there, and Hayden kind of drifts down. Lucas maybe drifted up a hair. They kind of hard racing, meet in the middle kind of deal. And unfortunately for Hayden, car goes around hard. Gets a meatball after the... I believe it's the left rear tire hits the inside wall. Let's take another look. No, it's the right rear. Right rear is going to hit the wall there. Knocks it out of whack, and that car required repairs on the 56 car. Well, this changes everything. We're going to have a shootout here. Lucas was pretty comfortably going to win that one, I do believe, but now everyone gets to come down both on 4 tires and see what happens. It does look like what happened earlier in the real race. Lucas into the box. Graves safely into his. Ethan Evers in his stall. Ethan 2 laps down. Lucas down and away. I'm not going to tell you what he did until all the stops are complete. But let me just tell you, that was about half the time you normally spend on pit road. Hayden going to have to take the quick repair, and does. 4 tires on the 56 Napa Chevrolet. And he'll be down and away and maintain 3rd spot. Travis Scripture will come out in the 4th position. Jeremy Scherer just now getting on the pit lane. Still in the lead lap. Matt Benke behind the pace car, but on the lead lap due to everyone else pitting. I'm sure Matt will take the wave around here and hope for some carnage. Nick Cooper out of the race. Dave Hoisman out of the race. Nick Cooper, if he just held on a little bit longer, would have had the caution he needed. Matt Benke getting the wave around. Field forming up behind the pace car. Double file. Side by side they'll restart with really 8 laps to go. When we turn them loose, lights are already out on the pace car. So we're getting ready to resume this one about half a lap time.
It's Brittany, bitch.
It is. It is definitely Brittany, bitch. Into turn 3 we go. Pace car about to make that sharp left to get out of our way, and we'll resume this race with 8 laps to go. And it is anybody in the top 6's game to win here. Green flag back out in the air. Casey Graves spins the tires in the 01 car on the outside line. Hayden Lowell stuck behind Travis Scripture. Ethan Evers gets up and out of the way in the 8 car since he is 2 laps down. Hayden going to make quick work of getting alongside the 18. Can he complete the pass off of 2 is the question. Keeps it pinched down nice and low. Plenty of room between those 2 machines. Ethan once again getting out of the way of the top drivers on the lead lap. Hayden still hasn't completed the pass as he runs around the low side through 3 and 4. Kind of where he's used to running though. Going to have to pinch the car on exit. Travis Scripture maintains the momentum and he hangs on to that 3rd spot. Nicely done by Travis Scripture, but that is just letting Lucas pull away at the front over Casey Graves. Casey, remember, had that wheel spin. See if Casey can gain anything. He picks up a 10th through 1 and 2. If he can maintain that kind of speed, he may have something for him here. Hayden going to try again on Travis Scripture. Is he going to throw the slider? Try to get him clear. He does. Gets across the nose. Scripture with the crossover. Hayden's going to be right up against the fence, and Travis Scripture back to 3rd. Hangs on to the spot. Meanwhile, Casey Graves is running down Lucas Hoisma. 2 fantastic battles here late in the going. What can the 01 do with the 4 machine? We've seen the Tide car pull off amazing wins here at Darlington, especially in the Ricky Craven time. A little bit of contact between the 2 as Graves throws it on the outside of the 4 car of Lucas Hoisma. They get a little bit of contact coming off of the corner, and look at there. Casey Graves would have won the race if it ended on lap number 69. He takes the lead very nicely out into the front. They work lap 70 of 74. Can the 01 hang on the short run with Lucas Hoytsma? Meanwhile, Hayden Lowell has gotten past Travis Scripture. Starting to pull away, so we'll stay with this lead battle. Go on board this number 4 machine. See what it's like behind the wheel when he's behind the 01. Out of turn number 2 they go, and into the sun for a brief moment, and it disappears behind the Pearson Towers. Through 3 and 4. Graves running a little bit lower, which is going to compromise his exit. Lucas, though, gets sideways coming off the corner, and that's going to be kind of a moot point, as they both struggled off of the corner exit there out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go, now 3 as they head into turn number 1. Right up against the fence. Back down to the bottom of corner exit, into the sun once again, down the Boeing backstretch. And Casey Graves just slowly inching away, thousandth by thousandth, really. Just inching away. Lucas Hoytsma probably just watching in disbelief behind the wheel. Can't believe his luck the way that caution came out. Casey Graves out in front of Lucas Hoytsma. And Hayden Lowell in the 3rd spot. Travis Scripture a distant 4th now. Lucas fading. Hard to believe Casey Graves, all that short run speed in this Tide Pods machine. Absolutely impressive. Getting ahead of Lucas and Lucas's playground is no easy feat. White flag in the air. Casey Graves, nothing can stop him. He's all the way up. The Tide Pod ride into 1 and 2 for the final time. Right up against the fence, down low on the exit, down the Boeing backstretch. And that lead is still growing up to a half second over Lucas Hoytsma. Where did this come from? Casey Graves bolted on a perfect set of tires. Staggered, special, and match perfect. Out of turn number 4 he comes, and Casey Graves going to get the win here at Darlington tonight. Congrats, Casey, on that run. Lucas Hoytsma a solid 2nd. Hayden Lowell rebounds the finish 3rd. Travis Scripture across the line 4th. Jeremy Sherrill will hold off Ethan Evers, not for position, but just for fun. Gets the 5th spot. Matt Bankio across the line in 6th and get himself a good finish. Ethan Evers will wind up in the 7th spot. Nick Cooper finished 50 laps and ended up in 8th, so he's entered in the giveaway. Dave Hoytsma, he's right there at 49. You know, I'm going to give Dave credit for that one. Congrats to everyone who made it to halfway at least. And there's your results on the left side of your screen as we go check in with the 0-1 of Casey Graves. Burning it down here at Darlington. And rightfully so in the 0-1 machine. Mr. Pepperoni, sometimes plain cheese, getting the win here at Darlington. In the Tide Rod. Man, it feels good to get a Tide Rod victory at Darlington, doesn't it?
Yeah, I should have changed the paints. I was going to put the old one on and I forgot about it.
It's close enough. We got the gists.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what was it like to pass Lucas Hoytsma here at Darlington?
Oh, it felt pretty good. Definitely didn't have any sort of tire advantage over him there.
No, not at all. He didn't take 2 and you took 4. Definitely not.
Well, when I seen him leave pit road that early, I'm like, I don't know about this call.
Yeah, he grabbed 2 tires. I didn't mention it, but yeah, he did grab 2 tires and you grabbed the 4.
Yeah,
so
yeah. When I seen him leave as early as that, I'm like, oh, he took 2. That's a thing. And
that's
he's like, oh, none of you guys took 2? I'm like, no, my tires are pretty much shot. So.
This is Darlington.
And there was only 4 of us on the lead lap, so I'm like, well,
yeah,
take 4. At worst, going to be
4th. Yeah. He came out second on the front row with them, and the 4 tires proved to be enough. Of course, you're very good here as well. He wasn't completely disappearing on you every time. It did take him a few laps to get away.
Yeah, I struggled on the long run. I just kept burning the right front off.
Dang. Well, yeah, all right.
I was good on the short run, so
congrats.
I'm happy with it.
Congrats on the victory here at Darlington. And yeah, you got friends, family, sponsor shout outs for your victory here tonight?
Yeah, Lucas for throwing the win and giving it away. And for Lucas and Dave for being my teammates here on Sundays.
Yeah.
Low drag guys, True Speed guys, Ethan for sponsoring this deal, and then of course you for putting the league on and doing the broadcasts, putting up with all our nonsense every week.
Yeah. And thanks to you for helping boost our server. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Congrats on that victory here tonight. Has to feel good. Hopefully, we'll see you back here tomorrow for some ARCA racing.
I will be back tomorrow.
All righty. We'll see you then. Thank you and congrats.
Thank you.
Casey Graves getting the win here. Now we check down Lucas Hoytsma in the 97. Well, I saw you took 2, and I just didn't know if you were going to have what it took to hang on. But this is your playground, so it was going to be a good battle. And unfortunately, Casey just a little too strong on the Ford tires there at the end.
Yeah, I took 2, expecting at least somebody else to take 2 and try to jump me. So I was going to try to play the defense there and take 2 as well, but everybody else was a lot smarter than me and took 4 after being out on the track for so long. And I figured I'd be okay. I guess I used some next-gen logic with the 2 tires. I did not foresee how loose it was going to make me, and I just could not put any power down on exit. And if anybody knows anything about Darlington, that's kind of important here. So, yeah, I was not able to drive it off of any corners. Casey he just kind of drove it around me. He wasn't much of a contest there. Hey, congrats to him on the first one of the season, though.
Heck yeah.
He's looking like a better championship favorite now after this race, let me tell you.
Gets him in the All-Star race, too. Got to be a fun thing there.
Absolutely.
Looks like everybody, top 9 cars get entered into the paint giveaway, so stick around for that. But you got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for your, well, as he put it, a win thrown here at Darlington tonight.
Wow. Thanks, Casey. Just want to shout out Quinn, 712 Brakes, everybody at Wanna Goons, you for broadcasting and putting this whole thing on. And once again, shout out to Casey on the win.
All right, bud. Congrats on the P2 here tonight. Still a pretty good run and good points tonight for you. And we'll see you hopefully in some ARCA and trucks tomorrow.
Yes, sir. See you.
All right, man. Take it easy. Lucas Hoytsma getting the second place here on SIDECAR Sunday at Darlington Raceway. And we go grab our third place finisher, Hayden Lowell, in the number 56 machine. Hayden, first of all, take me through what it was like behind the wheel with you and Lucas on that incident on the front stretch.
I had told you and I had told Lucas this thing was going to be wide.
Yep.
We were going to race it like Ryan Newman, and well, we were making it wide, that's for sure. Through the block down the back, and then in the front stretch, it looks like we kind of just met in the middle a little bit. He was coming up the side draft a little bit. I was trying to get a little more space to the wall, and met in the middle. It turned me down to the inside wall, and
meatball you.
That was kind of that. Climbed back up to third with a little battle there with Travis, but I feel like we were a second place car, and trying to race Lucas for points, knowing that I can't gain points on him if he's in front of me. So
yep.
Just one of them deals.
Well, at least Casey won on that Lucas, right?
But Lucas still beat me, unfortunately. So
he did, but it could have been worse.
It could have been. But yeah, we'll go on to wherever the hell we're at next week. Bristol.
Yep.
Bristol. Fuck.
Yep.
Well, go win, Lucas. Hopefully he has to miss a race, like his power goes out or something, and the AC can't handle. I don't know.
What you need to do is go get your Shenandoah Shine Goons friends over here and have a good Bristol time.
You tell me I need to go get Dean back?
No, not Dean.
Dawson, got it.
Yes, Dawson Cram, also known as Ryan File.
Dawson, I got to get Dawson Cram and Ryan Honeycutt back in here.
Oh my God, no. Their chat will be forever disabled. And the race car is also disabled, probably. Anyway.
But, yeah.
Congrats on that third place finish. You still gave it one hell of an effort tonight. Just came up a little bit short. You tried the short pits, so Lucas ran it long, and I was getting excited to see how that was going to work out, and then man, it just came together on that front stretch.
We know how it worked out. It didn't.
Yeah, I wanted to see the race.
With 18 laps, he caught me with 18 laps to go. I was not blocking for 18 laps, so.
Not with that attitude.
I was gonna try. That's for damn sure. But big shout out to Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, C2X, Matty Motorsports, Low Drag Esports as always. You Swiss for putting on the broadcast and putting up our race session, and then Ethan and Evers Fever / Spit and Venom podcast for putting on Sidecar here on Sundays, and everyone else for racing all of our leagues, and everyone else for sponsoring and putting on all those leagues over at the Sidewinder Racing Leagues and CTC.
And Wild Horse. Get them all in there.
Yes,
Get them all in there. There we go. All right. Congrats on that third place run. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for a little bit of action in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 12 different races. And have a good night, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm racing tomorrow, but sounds good to me. See you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Hayden Law bringing home third. JavaScripture brought it home in fourth, and then you got some Jeremy Scherer in fifth, Matt Menke sixth, Ethan Evers seventh. Those are the ones that actually made it to the checkered flag. Still running at the end. Nick Cooper out of the race in eighth. Dave Hoytsma in ninth. Those guys will be entered into the giveaway for the free paid scheme, and then Daniel Llewellyn out early in this one in the 32 machine. I don't think he's a big fan of Darlington. Congrats once again to Casey Graves in the 0-1 card. Thanks to all of you over on the YouTube. We're going to wrap up things there. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and we will see you guys next week for our broadcast. So we also have Monday Night Trucks coming up on YouTube, so be on the lookout for that one. And then Tuesday night, we're back in action on Dirt as well. So should have 3 broadcasts for you over on the YouTube channel this week. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. That wraps up the YouTube. If you want to go back and check out this race without all of the music and stuff, you can go